Hello, everyone. We're still in Las Vegas, immersed in the heart of the 2024 edition of the World Series of Poker. The disappointment caused by Adrián Mateos' elimination in the main event, falling victim to a devastating bad beat, is fresh in our minds. To turn the page, it's time for another of the summer's major tournaments, the $10,000 Six Max. Here, there's no human tide like in the main event, but a narrow selection of 500 players, all of whom are among the world's best specialists. With only 6 players per table, you have to be able to play as many hands as possible to survive. This is poker without a net, which suits Pierre Calamusa just fine. In the landscape of French pros, Pierre remains a real UFO, a player who has managed to stand out not only for his performances, but also for his unique charisma, which has made him a real poker influencer in the media and on social networks. But is this self-professed madman still crazy in 2024? Recently, our Team Pro player took on what is perhaps the biggest challenge of his life, fatherhood, which he is managing while remaining hyperactive in the poker world. Fortunately, to help him cope with his new responsibilities, Pierre can count on the sound advice of the other dads in the team. In fact, with just a few minutes to go before kickoff, we find our hero having a chat with one of these poker parents. Action's on you, Pierre.
It's always a pleasure to come to Vegas every year. This year is special. Davidi and I came here with our families, and I've become the father of little Victoire, who is now 8 months old, and that makes this WSOP special for me, of course.
Écoutez. Ah, le pickles.
But today, it's poker, and it's one of the most important tournaments of the year, the $10,000 Six Max.
Si t'avais des conseils sur ce tournoi, ce serait quoi là? T'as fait 2e et 15e, non?
Non, je suis pas plus sûr, j'ai fait 2e avec dans la tête d'un pro. Ouais. Mais sinon, non, tu connais le Six Max, hein, tu joues toute l'année. C'est le niveau du high roller.
Un peu mieux que le grand tournoi, peut-être.
Ouais, il faut un peu, il y a de tout, hein, il n'y a pas que des top règles au début. Ouais, quand j'ai fait 15e, t'as fait 20e, on avait dit vraiment ensemble, c'était à 2 ans.
Ouais.
Bon souvenir.
Avec Romain, Adrián.
On était 4 en demi et on fait finale,
ouais.
C'était ouf.
On était 4 avec des huge stacks et on s'est tous fait fourrer. Comment tu gères par exemple d'attaquer un si gros tournoi en ayant un peu moins la confiance, etc. Ça change ton jeu, des choses comme ça, ou tu te dis juste je vais jouer mon jeu et
Six Max, c'est un jeu de confiance, donc il faut retrouver la confiance. Il faut partir au combat, c'est un jeu de confiance. C'est sûr que ça aurait été mieux de gagner un bracelet avant, mais bon, ça n'a pas été notre cas. Il faut faire avec. Mais...
Après, c'est mon 3e tournoi, je me dis bon.
Je pense pas que c'est un tournoi qu'il faut aborder en disant je vais jouer tête et tout.
Non.
Il faut être en foot partout.
Bon, bah parfait.
Et ça, tu sais faire.
What a luxury to have Davidi Kitay as a friend. And now, it's the same ritual it's been for 8 years.
Tac, allez, je suis prêt.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
Tu gagnes, papa, tu gagnes.
Allez, je vous aime les amours.
Alright, now Steph is going to take me to the tournament, as usual. It's a good opportunity to look ahead at what's going to happen, but also to take stock of the past year. It helps me get my head right before I start.
Ah Steph? Salut Pierrot. La forme? Ça va et toi? Ouais, nickel. Hop. Allez, let's go. Niveau poker, je me sens pas mal. J'ai très envie de faire ce tournoi.
Et du coup, t'es arrivé, t'as pas beaucoup joué là, du coup.
Ouais, mais j'étais assez content en vrai de ce choix. Parce que ça m'a permis de quand même couper un petit peu et de
pas mal jouer online.
Ça a l'air de bien se passer. Non, ça s'est pas mal passé, non?
Ouais,
T'as
si,
posté
si,
pas mal de
j'ai...
trucs,
Ouais, mais en fait, j'étais dans 45 000 € sur l'année dernière. Et non, voilà, c'était une année challengeante, mais je suis content surtout d'avoir réussi à avoir ma petite fille développée, d'avoir réussi quand même à bien progresser. Et maintenant, il manque plus que voilà, cette niaque, ces résultats, et puis let's go, quoi.
Ah, les résultats, ça tu peux pas trop anticiper si
Ouais,
on
mais
gagne ou pas. Tout ce que tu peux anticiper, c'est comment tu vas jouer, tu vois, et puis chaque décision que tu vas prendre.
Cette année, j'ai décidé de mettre des objectifs online, ce que j'avais pas fait depuis longtemps.
Une bonne chose de se mettre des objectifs de manière générale.
Ouais, exactement.
En live aussi, hein, tu peux t'en mettre partout des objectifs. Hein.
Ouais, les objectifs live, c'est vraiment bien jouer main par main parce que j'arrive ici, tu sais, je fais 6 tournois, bon, ça va être difficile d'avoir vraiment un sample énorme, d'avoir un sample représentatif, quoi. Mais c'est de bien jouer, quoi. Focus, l'instant présent, intensité.
Et puis garde en tête aussi quand même, parce que tu parles de sample, en live, c'est sûr qu'en live tu vas avoir beaucoup moins de mains jouées, par contre tu as quand même aussi un tas d'informations qui n'existent pas du tout online, donc faut être capable aussi de recadrer le bon contexte et de te dire voilà, là je vais quand même pouvoir avoir accès à des infos, à des choses qui n'existent pas online, tu vois, donc c'est quand même un autre animal, quoi, le poker en live.
1h50, c'est pas beau ça?
Parfait là. Parfait.
Oh là 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 là, le rêve!
C'est l'embellie totale.
Ils ont pas le droit de filmer à l'intérieur, je crois, par contre.
Je vais te laisser là, moi, du coup.
Merci mon Steph, fais attention à toi.
Good luck.
Ouais, on se voit peut-être au dinner break ou quoi?
Ouais, il y a pas de dinner break.
Ah ouais, putain, c'est vrai. Allez, la bise, Steph. All right, I've got 10 minutes before the tournament starts. Perfect, there's no line to register. It always feels weird to spend $10,000 to play in a card game tournament, but it's really the dream, and I'm highly motivated. It's always a special feeling to enter this amazing room in the Paris. Yeah. Hello, madame. Well, there aren't a lot of people here for now. Thank you. And now all I have to do is wait for my opponents. 6-5.
Welcome players to event number 94. Our $10,000 no limit hold'em 6-handed championship event. We are starting with 60,000 in chips. We're gonna play 60-minute levels. We're gonna have a 15-minute break every 2 levels. Late registration's open for 11 levels. 3, 5, 6 in the well. You've got 2 people checking your table. Dealers, shuffle up and deal.
Two Asian players that I don't know. All right, a coffee. Yeah, please. Can I get black coffee, please? Of course. Thank you so much. And first hand, King 3 on the button. Raise.
Sure. Raise 500.
Since the big blind seems to be an amateur player, I'm going to open very wide, and King 3 is good enough to raise to the 500. 5.
Raise 500.
Okay, she calls. King 9-2.
Check.
I'm just gonna bait all my hands here for a small amount.
200. Raise 600.
Check raise to 600. Well, here, I've got an easy call, but it reassures me about the read I've got, that she's a rather inexperienced player because her sizing's too small. Okay, turn king.
Check.
It could be the best or the most dangerous turn. I'm just gonna check and wait for the river here in order to get a bit of a more definite read on her hand. Wow, she bets pot.
25.
Here, I'm just gonna call. She's completely polarized between a king and nothing. Oh well, not the best start.
King. Jack kicker.
An unfavorable setup to begin with, but I'm glad I limited the damage.
Camera now, I can't do anything stupid.
So your ID,
I had the king.
your ID.
I just thought I didn't think you had it. What about? You guys are all really good players. I can't mess with you guys.
She's nice, but she should have taken a lot more from me in that hand.
What's your name?
Pierre.
Yeah.
Yes, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Cass.
Nice to meet you.
Another Asian player joins the table.
All these cameras are here for you.
I guess so.
Are you famous?
No.
No? You just hire these people?
No.
Oh, you don't.
No. I would be very rich though.
You're not famous. You didn't hire them.
No, we do a show on YouTube.
Blind, please.
So you're saying I'll find myself on the show?
Yes.
Do I charge them?
This player, who does quite a bit of speech play, is really wondering why all these cameras are here. It might have an impact on the hands we could play, so I'll keep that in mind. This new player raises from the small blind, and I get ace-queen in the big blind. I could 3-bet, I could call as well. Without any particular information, I'm going to take the slightly more cautious option here and just call. A completely neutral board. Obviously, in this configuration, there's nothing to do other than calling here. Okay, great. Turn queen. I still have to be a bit careful though, because I can't rule out a pair of kings, a pair of aces from time to time, even a flush in my opponent's hand. I really have no information. He's probably an amateur player, even surely because a professional player doesn't have a pre-flop raising renege here.
21.
Well, he bets pot. I've got an obvious call. Okay. River 7. Now it's going to depend on his sizing. If he makes it small, I'll probably raise, but if he makes it more than half pot, 2/3 pot, I'm just going to call. Okay, 2/3 pot, I'm just going to call and get the info on his hand. We're going to have a showdown, so I'm going to try to spot some physical tells if he has any. $4,500, I call. Ace-5 off with the ace of hearts.
I wanted to raise. Raise, no.
Well, now I'm making him think that I wanted to raise, but I just wanted to get a little information on his
No
body
problem.
language. And it's not bad. I've already got a little read on how he behaves when he's bluffing.
Raise 500.
First premium hand of the day. An easy 3-bet on the button, quite big. We're over 300 blinds deep.
We raise 1800.
she's thinking. Okay, she calls. Three-bet pot. These are spots I've studied a lot.
Check.
Here, I just have a continuation bet with all my hands for about 25% of the pot. 1,200.
Chill.
A fairly neutral turn, bringing in only King 10 suited in the end for my opponent.
Check.
And here, with Jack-Jack, I'm just going to check and decide on the river. Oh, this queen is not great. I could be behind ace-queen right now, and I can't value bait anymore, most importantly.
Check.
Okay, she checks. I'm just going to check behind. What do you have? Perfect pocket 8.
4-8.
Well, it's always good for confidence to win those small pots. And we always have to use every weapon at our disposal.
If you bet, I raise.
I'm making her think I would have raised if she had bait on the river, when I probably wouldn't have, but
I can't do anything stupid. We're on the camera.
I can do something stupid.
You feel I can. Most people don't know who I am. No, be on your YouTube channel.
I'm trying to build up an aggressive image, a bluffer image, just by talking to them and showing them the cards.
My favorite hand.
What was that?
7-4 is my favorite hand.
7 points are good.
I'm making them believe that I play 7-4, that I'm crazy. That's my job between the hands.
Why? Because in France we have some, depending on the city you're born, it has a number associated to it. And my best friend's city was 7-4.
7-4.
Yeah. What's your favorite hand?
Good question.
Aces.
No, I don't have that high of standards.
Now the 2 for
Higher than 7-4 though.
Queen 9 suited or
In the middle.
7-4 suited?
Has to be suited?
No,
Any 7-4?
any 7-4.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
raise 600.
Oh, hello.
Queen Jack of spades in the small blind.
It's my dog, my dog.
Automatic squeeze here.
I will just leave the ID. Yeah, I will check after the
Pretty
hand.
big still.
That's a plus for holding that.
It's deep stack poker at the beginning of the tournament,
Raise 32.
and my hand is perfect to do it. It plays well post-flop, and I should get hands like King Queen, or maybe even Ace Jack to fold for both of my opponents.
You can't answer me. You have your favorite hand.
No.
That too?
Perfect, they fold. It's a really good start to the day.
No, you can't answer me.
No, not too many info. All in as a bluff. And she folds. All in as a bluff, she folds.
I'm really pushing it here. I'm making up the imaginary hands in which I would have bluffed the river.
Probably right. Scared.
I love it. cousin Yoshi is here.
Ça va? Ouais, super. Pas trop fatigué? Meilleur pour la fin.
Ça peut être pour tes chances, ça.
Les 2 dernières fois, c'était atroce.
Parce que t'es arrivé toi en plus, il me semble.
Ouais, j'ai ma petite.
Ah, oui, oui.
Je suis overall pour les mains, c'est mon 3e tournoi.
On est bon.
Tout à fait.
Son courage. Ouais.
Merci mon frérot.
Kings.
Raise 500.
Automatic 3-bet.
We raise 16.
Alright, now we're going to see if all the show I've been putting on for them since the beginning of the tournament is going to start paying off. Okay.
We raise 42.
4-bet, just over 20 blinds from the Asian player. I have a history with pocket kings at the World Series of Poker. It made me bust the main last year on the first hand. Here, I don't want to 5-bet and end up playing a pre-flop pot with this pair of kings. For 300 blinds, I'd only be up against aces. I'm just going to call. I think she'll make more mistakes post-flop than pre-flop. An innocent board. The only hand I'm afraid of in the end is pocket aces. She's thinking. Okay. She makes a small bet. 1/4 of the pot. I think it's not theoretical, although I'm no expert on 4-bet pots. Now, do I raise? Do I call? I'm just going to call and decide on the turn. It doesn't change anything. The pot is already at 14,000 in chips. I need to observe her. It could be a huge pot after 10 minutes of play. Look at her. She's taking her time before making a move. She doesn't look so confident. Half the pot.
7,000.
Well, not much of a decision. I'm just going to call. I could raise for value against queens or jacks, but against her, I'd rather play as many streets as possible. The slightly evasive gaze. She can't look at me in the eye. I'm going to take my time to make her think I've got a hand, an average hand such as pocket tens or ace king, pocket jacks, possibly pocket queens. She's starting to hop around on her chair. All right, we need to take in all the information here. River deuce. We could maybe lose eventually to ace deuce suited, although I don't really think so. Pocket nines, pocket sevens, pocket threes. There's none in her range. What is she going to do? What are you going to do?
for you.
Ooh. She shoves. I wasn't really expecting that. It's twice the size of the pot, and how can I not think about that hand in the main event last year where I busted on the first hand in a completely similar hand? That hand completely pollutes my mind.
Can you spread the pot, please? And can you tell me how much you have?
I'm going to use the will you show if I fold trick on her.
Will you show me if I fold? No. Yes?
She instantly replies that she'll show me. Experience tells me this is a huge sign of weakness.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, focus here. I sense a lot of fear. Almost a mystical moment. Alright, I've got to focus on the hand here. Don't think about the past. Okay. From a theoretical point of view, my hand is a snap call. It's the best hand I could have here. Now, we're not online. I also have to find the Davidi in me. I've been talking to him a lot recently, and now I have to go fishing for physical tells. The pot is so huge that every tiny bit of information is worth a fortune. It really is a huge bet. I can't get it wrong.
28 in the middle, right?
The pot will be worth over 700 blinds. Look at her, look at her.
Maybe I can beat value. Maybe.
Queens or jacks? I don't really think so. I don't think she would have made it this sizing.
Maybe I'll lay it down, maybe.
I used the trick on her again.
You show me? Yes.
She snaps again. She's trying to get me to feel better by telling me she'll show me. She really doesn't look serene. She's hopping around in her chair. She's doing some weird lip twitches.
30,000 in the middle. $30,000 in the middle. And I have 50 behind.
Aces combos.
Don't think I can lay it down, to be honest.
Not hear what you said.
Huh?
What did you say? I did not hear.
I don't think I can lay it down, but ace deuce suited, you don't bet the turn, I think.
It's okay. You said you can do stupid things on camera.
They're on camera?
That's what you said. I said I can't do stupid things, and he said I can do it.
Okay, she wants to provoke a reaction after I told her I was going to call
I'm
instead.
gonna give you 74 seconds.
So she wants to change my
Then I'm
mind.
gonna call the call.
It just reinforces my point that she doesn't have much.
Kind of feel like you could do something crazy. Six combinations. Yeah, you have to bluff.
Look at her. She's stretching.
I kind of feel you would have bet higher on the turn with aces. A bet more. Be a quick one, 30,000 in the middle.
74 seconds. So, want more time?
No, it's okay, you can call it.
They're going to call the clock.
You want to call floor? Okay, floor. Clock.
Okay, where's the action at?
Here.
So yeah, definitely you show, right?
There you got 30 seconds starting now. I'll count down
She
the last
instantly
10
repeats that
seconds.
she's going to show. I sense air though.
Ace the suited, 2 combination. A combination beats me. Only a crazy bluff with ace queen or ace king and I'm good.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6.
All right, I'm calling.
100% wow.
Yes.
Sorry, I needed time because she can easily have aces.
She bluffed with ace of clubs, queen of diamonds. That probably means she's bluffing with all her ace queen, because she had the worst suits to bluff with. She's going to block herself ace queen of clubs, or ace king of clubs on my end, which are hands that could have floated on the flop and folded on the turn or river. So that means she's going to bluff with all her ace king and all her ace queen on the river, and that makes my call super profitable. I'm glad I took my time though, that I took the time to aggregate all the information to make the best decision. This time it worked out in my favor, and that's good.
53, 54, 55, 56.
No.
Oh, no. 54,
Less.
55, 56.
56, 6.
600.
30, 40, 45.
56, 600.
40, 45, 50, 53. So,
56.
53, 54, 55, 56. 56, 600. Perfect, thank you. 56, 600. Yeah.
I just won a pot of over 700 big blinds.
I'm kind of traumatized because last year I busted the main event. No. Last year I busted the main event first hand with the same spot like that. So I need to take some time. With the kings. No, the guy flopped a set. And it came 10, 6, deuce, 6, 3. And I busted first hand, so.
It's crazy to have played again, almost the same hand. It's a hand that had hurt me a lot. I still think about it a lot. I still think about Delphine's sadness, who was filming at the moment, about the reactions. And some players even said that I busted on purpose to get people to talk about me. Crazy things like that. Today I'm happy to have made the right decision. Well done to this player. She put me in a very difficult spot.
I called it. Said it will be a pretty bluff here at ace queen. You literally set that right before you called.
It's a very cool bluff. I mean, it's a very, very good bluff. I mean, I almost folded king, so I respect it a lot. When I think about this long with kings, it's a good bluff. I mean,
What's different between, for example, kings and tens here? What's different between kings and tens?
Ace jack. I'm simply going to call.
you could maybe have queen sometimes. I don't know.
Actually, I couldn't have anything.
Sometimes you have ace de soleil. Check.
Check, check. The turn is good for me. I could lead smaller check. I prefer to check.
Wait.
All right, river. I'm going to bet small and try to extract a bit of value against a hand like King-Queen. He should also have hands like Ace-5 off, Ace-6 off on the cutoff here, so... Alright. It's always important not to miss out on those small value bets, block bets, which are now part of a seasoned player's arsenal. Getting fewer good cards now, it's not too bad. It allows me to take the pressure off so I can get on with my game.
Play like 8.
Alright, it's time to make some plays that aren't in the books but that I really like. I'm just going to 3-bet 8 deuce here.
14.
I think it's a win-win. If she folds, I'll show her my cards, and that's going to leave a huge imprint on the table.
27.
If she goes all in, it's not a big deal. I'll fold, and I'll show her my cards as well. Either way, I'll have accomplished what I wanted to put them out of their comfort zone, to tilt them, to tease them. Off you go, 8 deuce.
Wow.
She feels so bad. I love putting my opponents in this mindset. I find that it's the moment they can pull out all the stops. Not getting a lot of cards right now, but I've got a bit of a rotten image. We're going to take it easy. It's incredible to be able to receive messages of encouragement like that from your little family. It's so touching and it gives me so much strength. Okay. Ace King in the perfect spot.
Playing 10, no, sorry. 13-ish.
A premium when I've been shooing her all day. That hand with 8 deuce could make the difference. She plays super fast, she calls. Come on, an ace, a king, that would be perfect. Come on, come on, come on! It's a really nasty board. I don't have a heart, I could really be... Okay, a super quick check, check. Well, we're going to have to give up now, I think. Unless she checks. Okay, she checks again. Wow. The best in the deck. Here, I'm capped though. I don't really have 2 pairs, I don't really have flushes, but I have ace-jack, ace-king, so I'm just going to bait 3/4 pot. Praying for a call, come on. Call me with ace-jack or ace-10 here. Come on. Just don't shove. Ugh, she folds. Oh well, too bad.
Yeah.
Maybe you need a better look of the dots.
Maybe.
Zoom in.
Raise from this player who's been discreet so far. Well, with my image, I'm going to raise wider in value, and ace-queen seems to be perfect for me.
Probably as big as our
4,000.
Raise.
He's going to have to defend a lot of the hands I dominate, ace-jack, king-queen, with these positions. All the small ace-x suited, he calls.
Bitte.
7-8-2 flush draw. 100 big blinds and more. I don't have any c-betting range spot in these 3-bet pots out of position. And here with ace-queen I'm gonna check. I'd have bluffed hands like Jack 10 suited, stuff like that, but ace-queen, okay, check. Okay, 4. I'm going to check again and decide depending on his move. But when I check again, my range is so weak that I'm going to have to hang on pretty tight. $7,000 almost pot. He doesn't represent much. Pocket 9s, pocket 10s. That wouldn't have bet on the flop, why not? Pocket jacks, I think he would have bet on the flop sets as well. Pocket 5s, pocket 6s, I'm not sure he'd make it that big. It's not very comfortable, but I got to call this hand and defend my range. He can bluff hands like king queen offsuit, 10-9 suited. That wouldn't want to get check raised on the flop. Okay, the river 5, that's not bad at all. Almost no 6 in his range. The good news is that if he was bluffing on the turn, I'm still ahead of a number of hands. Ace 3 suited. Now he's going to check if he had something like ace 5 of spades. $16,000. In theory, I'm going to have to defend my range by calling part of the time with ace-queen here. He has a good poker face, though. I'm blocking some bluffs such as queen-jack suited, queen-10 suited. He doesn't have that many value combos. Pocket 10s, pocket jacks, pocket queens maybe. Is he betting pocket 6s? Can he check a set on the flop? I don't think so. 10s, jacks, queens, that's 15 combos. There are about 20 value combos here. Pocket 4s. All he'd have to do is bluff with king queen off or ace 10 off from time to time. It's not bad. Alright, I'm going to call. What do you have? Pocket 10s. Ugh. Well played. I wasn't even sure he'd bet this hand as a thin value bet on the river. But he found the value bet. Well done. He got me on that one. I'm still doing very, very, very well.
Don't worry, Pierre. Making mistakes from time to time is part of the game, and apart from that last hand, you gave a real masterclass in this $10,000 six-max tournament right from the start. For a moment, you thought you were experiencing a remake of your 2023 main event when you lost everything with kings in the first hour. This time, the scenario is quite different, and the results are in. Less than 2 hours after kickoff, your stack has already doubled to almost 400 blinds. We can't wait to see the antics that this mountain of chips will enable you to pull off in the next episode of Inside the Mind of a Pro.